Hello and welcome to another Weekend Warriors, where I showcase some of the best and worst gameplay that I've found at the weekends. My name is Midshipman Slack, and today we have got two clips for you. The first clip is me in the DaCosta here. Now the game is actually very evenly poised here. Although we're below on points, we're still on evens on kills, and we're just about to cap A. And I'm worried about Leander. So we've got some good teamwork. I've called it out for the shots. And I'm just reversing because he's going to clearly come round and want to fire torpedoes at me. And if I show him a bow, he's only got AP, so my arm will be more effective. Admittedly, I do make a little slight error here. I'm firing high explosive at the moment. I've loaded. That's what I've got loaded. Yep, his bow on here. Come on. Come on. I'm waiting. Waiting to the island. Shots out. Hit him. And sure enough, he bounces because I'm low health. This is where I should have swapped to AP because you see a beautiful broadside and I could have probably done a lot more damage. However, I do have friends behind me, so it's not too much an issue. So I aim up again, fire, and I die to a Dunkirk. More on him later. You can tell he's got a unique medal there, so he's going to be a very, very good player. And probably should be one of our primary targets. But thankfully my teammate, the Bayern, has followed up my taking of the cap and is now pushing pushing the Argyle out because of the secondaries and pretty much the good all-round battleship that the Bayern is at this tier. Shots out. Sadly only hits does scraping damage, but there will be torpedoes here, so he's turning in. But sadly my wreck is actually there. Hope it doesn't turn in too far, because if he hits that wreck and stops, he could get torpedoed. Come on, shots out from the Dunkirk. He showed his bow, so they just bounce. Oh, it's going to be close. Very, very lucky there. Very, very lucky. And that Dunkirk is on minimal health. Absolutely minimal. Okay, so we're going to swap over now to the Fuso, who's very lucky there. Just to miss those torpedoes. And he should be firing at this Dunkirk. But he isn't. He's more worried about the destroyer to our right. I am literally going, you need to sink that Dunkirk. He's already close to getting a Kraken. He's targeted me. He's targeted the Bayern. He's actually shot out against the Fuso. And he's not worried. You could have killed him by now. He's actually repaired the fire that guy has caused. I'm thinking, what is going on here? I'm thinking, I was just reloading, make sure he's got the right fire. Come on. Now the Dunkirk has changed his fire to the Bayern in the background. And sure enough, kills him. Kills him. The Bayern, which was defending our cap at A. I just think, what is going on here? And I'm literally in the men chat going, come on, shoot the Dunkirk, shoot the Dunkirk, please shoot the Dunkirk. You could have got a kill by now. We could have saved the Bayern by now. But sure enough, he's not. He's not at all. Now he decides to go for it. And because he was bow on for a long time, the Dunkirk has in fact loaded on high explosive. This Fuso is incredibly lucky, because if that was AP, he will now be dead. But the damage has already been done. So let's move on to a game where we see some great teamwork, great decision making, and leave the Fuso to his demise. So we join myself in the Mayhan Tier 7 American destroyer, and if you can actually check out the mini-map for the moment, you can see our team has been destroyed on the right hand side. That flank is now gone, and the enemy are pushing it hard. On all our ships have out of position on the left hand corner, so we've got to come back and defend this cap. So I've got back, I'm the first one back here. And there's a Valiant cruiser there. And I just want to try and delay these guys as much as possible, because now I am the closest ship to the cap and the closest ship that can actually do anything. And there's 5 vessels coming round here at the moment. We're down on ships. We lost 4 ships into their 2. So it's the odds are not in our favour at this time. So what would I do in this situation if I was the enemy? This is sort of questions I have to try and ask myself. So if I was them, I would be trying stealth cap. So I would most likely go for the island on the right hand side there and hide behind it and to cap stealthily. So I'm now here. I'm literally just waiting. There's no point me firing. There's no point me... I'm waiting to see what the enemy do. I'm denying that gap there by flaming torpedoes. I might get lucky. I might not. The one beauty with the Mayhan is she has a torpedo set either side, and you've got the central line. So you can, if you turn around, have 3 sets of torpedoes, making her quite strong in my eyes. And so therefore I send my other set on the starboard side into the second gap. So trying to push them away from this area. I'm calling out for help. Guys, come back. You either have to push, go for their cap, or fall back. And beautifully, they do actually respond. We're seeing some good teamwork here. But it doesn't mean that I have that it's a winner. So they started capping. I'm in the cap, denying the cap. I can't see them. Now if I look at my detection radius, there has to be on the right hand, far right of the cap circle, because that's the only place they can be without me being spotted. So I'm using my own vessel, my own body, as a way of determining where the enemy are. And it's exactly where I thought they would be. They're behind that island there. Just been spotted. By what? Yeah, here they come. They're now forcing the cap. I've got to get out of here. I popped smoke. That is a good and a bad omen. I don't initially get spotted, but there's an American cruiser there with radar. And like any good radar cruiser, there you have. Now I am being spotted. I have got to get out of dodge. I've just got to try and delay. I've delayed it as long as I can for my friends to turn up, my team to turn up. And I'm getting 4, 5, 6 people firing at me. I'm just spreading my fire here because my job is to try to stop the cap, not to sink them. So I'm hitting as many ships as I possibly can to reset that counter, to just delay them as long as possible. My torpedoes, which I fired previously into the smoke where I thought they would, have actually paid off. I did not expect that, but that's great news. That's their destroyer that was hiding there and producing smoke is now gone. So I'm literally just firing all my torpedoes as a spread to try and push them out of this cap and waiting for my teammate to turn up. And sure enough, they have now on the scene. I've got the cruiser on my left here, and there's a destroyer behind me. And so we have got this. They're the enemy torpedoes.
Torpedoes, direct front.
Let's go for it. Can I miss them?
Torpedoes to starboard.
Duck and dodge, duck and dive. Yep,
direct front.
Easy. Saying that, it wasn't. It was very, very tough. Now, we've got a bit of stalemate. That smoke I just laid has had a good and a bad omen. Good, I've hidden my team coming up. Now, I'm behind the smoke. I can't see them. All I know is there's a battleship there, and it's the only one I can actually hit. So that's why I'm opening up on him. Doing as much as possible to try and reset this cap. Just quickly checking. Yep, just see if he's still in there. Spreading my fire again. Just trying to reset it. Trying to push him out, because I don't want to get radared again. Nope, that's probably what's doing it. Battleship there. Another one into the smoke screen. Battleship has moved, the Queen Elizabeth. Fire set of torpedoes left. More of a shot to nothing, because he should know they're coming. Use the rest of my smoke to hide my fire, because the radar is on cooldown. Come on. Just trying to get inside the cap without actually outside the smoke. And overcook it a bit. Push out again. See if they fire at me again. The friendly destroyer has turned up. He's now in the cap. So I can get out the cap, because he will be stopping any sort of capture. He's fixed his smoke screen and he's just sitting there. It's great news. Now I've got fire to defend him. So that'll be the destroyer. I get another hit on the Queen Elizabeth. she's in deep, deep trouble now. Come on. I'm just trying to see where the enemy are. I could have done so much better there. Unfortunately, our friendly DD has been hit, but I did manage to hit the DD, so the cap has now been reset again. This is looking good. We've brought the odds back, so we're pretty much even. We're still down on ships, but it's much even than it was. This is why I realised my mistake from before, and I actually keep my thing zoomed in. See torpedoes. Zoom out. Oh, God, he's now gone.
Torpedoes dead ahead.
So again, they've got a big ship advantage.
Torpedoes to starboard.
Going through. I'm trying to say shoot at the battleship, but the UI said, "Oh, defend the cap." No shit, Sherlock. The destroyer has been killed by the torpedoes from the our friendly, and now I go in there to really to hold the fort. But we have done our job. The enemy have been pushed back. This is not over by a long shot, this game. I'm doing what American destroyers do best, shoot over the island. And our friends have now circled right round the island, and this cruiser is not long in the world. It's just a matter of time. He cannot run backwards fast enough. Can I get the final kill? Come on. Of course not. Time to take a breather. So we need to recalculate where our enemy are, our friends are. And I'm thinking, yes, we're in a good position. We're up on points by 4. But that cruiser has just been hit by a set of torpedoes from the advancing left flank. We've had to come away from that flank. And so the enemy have now encroached on that side. And it's not good because he's now the focus for all the damage. And sure enough, he dies. Now we're in serious trouble. Serious trouble. We're in no position to attack. And we are massively behind on points. So in theory, if the enemy just ran away, they would win. They'll cap out. We have to take the fight to the enemy, but equally we are in no position to do so. So we're waiting here, thinking, what can we do? We're going to have to go as a group and focus them down, or we can wait for the enemy to make a mistake. Now I fired my torpedoes that way because I looked on the minimap and the last identification of their enemy Fuso was coming around that island, that headland. So I send the torpedoes that way, and sure enough he has popped up, so he's doing exactly what I expect him to do. This is the biggest mistake the enemy have made. They are now coming out of us individually. We can start focusing down these guys. We still got to be careful. There's still 4 of them and there's 4 of us, so it's still evens, but they made the first move. Now I'm detected. Looking at where my detection agent is, there it has it. It has to be that destroyer over that way. My guns are pointing that way. So now my job is to pretty much defend our fleet almost and keep this destroyer away from my battleship friends. I'm expecting it, just seeing it. I do use the middle mouse, but too fast, and yeah, well, you know, a bit of a love bump. Never hurt anybody. Thankfully, because I hit him, I miss out on that shot. I do also inform our friends that I do not have any smoke charges left. I've used them all up. Because it's been pretty tough. And there you have it, the torpedoes from that destroyer. But because we spotted him in good time, meant that we can actually avoid them. And I get lucky with another torpedo hit against that battleship. But now the battleship is stopped dead in the water because he knows he's being focused. He can't push too far, trying to use his armour as a way of really just protecting himself. Now I could actually told our friends that his damage repair has been stopped, so they could fire high explosive. But when his friends are now turned up and they're going to start getting a crossfire in, my job is to pretty much go for that destroyer. I've got a sinker, whilst also protecting as a, brilliant strike there. That was excellent. That means our flank now is secured for at least the time being. So I only have to focus on this battleship who's pushing up. So hold out, wait till I got all my guns ready. Have a little look. I wait till he fires, because he could be aiming towards me. Have a sneaky torpedo strike. He's in range. Ready? Has he? I probably could have fired earlier than this. I'm detected again. Just briefly.
Engine boost deactivated.
I probably... Ready? And then I've let rip. Now I could have probably done that a lot sooner, but hey, I didn't know where that DD was. Someone's not focusing me. They're not focusing me. Incoming. We've got to kill this guy quickly. He's not long in this world because he's on fire. He's minimal health. I was hoping those torpedoes would actually do the dirty work. Fires out. Come on. Come on, guys. One good salvo. That's all it's going to take. Come on. We're all firing at this guy now. And then there comes. There has it. Fantastic. Now the odds are definitely in our favour. So I just used the mini-map there, big map, to identify exactly where that smoke screen was and see which way I need to come at it from. Our battleship's got to be careful there, but he's turning away. He knows he doesn't need to die. He's not firing, so he'll drop off detection because we can't see anybody. He's only using detection at the moment because he's fired his guns recently. So it's now up to myself and that other battleship to flash out that DD and any remaining cruisers. So he's going to go. I noticed that he's actually going to go right to that island. I am going to actually turn my ship to go left of the island, so we do a bit of a pincer movement. He's fired his guns so that DD knows he's coming. And where's his DD? There he is. He was actually a bit too far forward. He's caught in the open. Shots out. Trying to just whittle him down, do a bit of wiggling. Oh, that was a brilliant hit from the battleship to my left. And fantastic finish with salvo. Well, it was clearly a victory. 94k damage for myself, but that wasn't the point of this video. It does prove that you can have some fantastic gameplay at the weekend. And guess who's at the top of the tree for the experience? The 4 remaining ships which work together to win. I hope you enjoy this, folks. I'll see you on the next one.